one day we'll be taking stuff that we need back out, place it back in. Right now, we're just putting everything in order where it belongs.
This is what they're doing, and the distribution here that we set up is what is giving them a stipend so that they can be independent by having money in their pocket. They don't have to go out there and mock people, because the reason why they have to do that is because they're lacking basic training and resource. Hopefully, by providing that need, we can point them in a different direction and change the conditions in the community. Everybody said that the youth is bad. The youth is not bad, they're just neglected. And they need guidance. And Deeper Life is providing that guidance for them through this means that you are about to experience. Greetings. My name is Reverend Ras Enoch Tigre, and I'm standing right here beside the 10 steps that is responsible for everything that you have experienced relative to the young men that have spoken about themselves thus far, in terms of how this program have affected their lives. They came to me by the will of God at an early age, and they presented themselves to me in terms of wanting to do something with their lives, and I in turn was sent to anyone that will it for them to come to me. And here I am now with my young brethren. They're like my spiritual children, because I can hear myself coming through in each and every one of them voice, which whatever they speak about that came from me, it came directly from the mighty I am that I am. Deeper Light is an outreach program. It addresses the more subtle forms of reality that the average person cannot perceive, because they are more stuck on superficiality and rooted in what other people had said to them that they accepted without investigating the matters for themselves. Not so in Deeper Light. We encourage our young people to think for themselves. As you'll see, there's a number of signs around here as cues for them to look at and take as a point of reference, to contemplate within themselves, to establish in the world from that which is greater in them, which is the mighty indwelling I am that I am in each and every one of us. In other words, we recognize this as the inborn concept of God in man. These 10 steps are the product of such a thing. We start off with the principle of psychodynamics and social interplay. This means that this principle allows us to conduct an effective meeting with the objective of bringing individuals of unlike minds, and after the meeting, each mind must fall into agreement, because that is the beginning and the basis for what you see around here, which is collective work and responsibility. And we are teaching our young men to stay away from conflict and to become more in tune first and foremost with themselves, and then from there to be more complementary to each others. And that's why the sign among many that is on the wall relates to the fact that I am my brother's keeper. And in this world, as we are, the basic fundamental reality that nobody is paying attention to, and it is the fact that we are all we got, which is each other. And if that is so, then we might as well begin to learn to live and love among ourselves, and to make each other a blessing to each other. So once we establish this truth in the mind of our young youth, and it's established, and they start to act accordingly, then we introduce them to the second principle, which is chain of command. Because now they are ready to listen to each other relative to the status that one among them has attained. For instance, this is a mentorship program that is based on status in elevation. When you begin in this program, you begin as an apprentice. As you get more familiar with these principles that apply to collective work and responsibility, and you develop yourself within the science of what we call knowing and doing. After we ask you a certain amount of questions and you answer them, this means that you understand to the degree of your understanding relative to the answers that you give to the question, that you are now ready for promotion. And therefore we move you from an apprentice to a junior master. Then as you progress in the program, you go to master, senior master, and grandmaster. And the final level is where you become a mentor. So you can go out into the world and now be a blessing